Welcome in, feminine. Yes, my goddess and my goddesses. Welcome in. It's your girl, Goddess Wise. I am back with another video. I pray you guys are all feeling amazing. This past 3/3 portal has been, I want to say, one of the best that I've seen in a while. Now, I'm not sure if many were able to catch that. The portal was very big on releasing energies. It was very big on understanding self and operating from a higher variation of self. So we had the 6 planets in alignment. We had the blood moon. It was an eclipse. We are still in retrograde. So we're retrograding, I believe, into Aries. And then we had the 3/3 portal. That's a lot. That's a lot of energy. Where many may still operate from that timeline of, oh, what do the planets have to do with me? It has everything to do with you. Just like how the moon controls the oceans. And that affects the planet, which also affects us. We are affected heavily by everything around us. All influences matter. From the good, the bad, the ugly. We know that there's a lot coming out in the media when it comes to influence. And some of those who we've allowed to be in charge of us and lead us. And we're finding out that they've always been self-serving. Even those that we thought maybe operated from a heavy moral code. That is not true. You never truly know someone until you know them to their soul. And I feel like this message is going to be more so about the knowing of self. Knowing who you are, knowing who you're becoming, knowing even who you were, what it meant, what it said about you before you became enlightened. Because we all should be on this path to enlightenment. So as we grow, you're learning yourself, you're also learning others, how they operate, why they operate the way that they do. Behaviors that come from trauma, behaviors that come from healing. What does it mean? So we're going to dig into this energy and see what comes out of it. Of course, I'm going to invite in the Holy Spirits, our spirit guides, our guardian angels, to protect us as we move forward through this energy. May we transform our knowledge into flowing wisdom for our upliftment and enlightenment. And remove any negative energies that do not belong. Amen. We got 2 gongs, so I'm going to take that as definitely heavy repelling energy. I want to say that since the portal, projections have been very different. I've seen heavy projection energy. So, and I mean all over the place. I'm also wondering if anyone's noticed there's been a lot of negative kick up. So these spirits that are operating in that low vibration have been really ramping it up. So be mindful of who you have around, their purpose in your life, why you need to keep them. All of these things are going to really help you maintain your high vibrational stance. But let's see what this energy is doing today. What's the energy today? Give me the overall energy for today. Give me 2 more. Thank you. All right, we're starting off with the Tower. Endings immediately. Starting off with the Tower. Then we got the 3 of Wands. And then we have the 7 of Swords. Okay, so this energy is heavy in choices and in deceit. Definitely wish it would have been more positive, y'all. But listen, we got what we got. And remember, we ask always for the messages for our highest good. So if knowing about how others are operating around us is important, the Holy Spirit is going to show it to you. Other than that, Drink your water and mind your business. But this energy right here is heavy in choosing to be deceitful. Because we have to remember that that's a choice. A lot of people may come from a position of, oh, I was desperate, I needed this. And, they have reasons as to why they choose to be underhanded or deceitful. Regardless of your reason, it's still a choice. And that choice says something about you. Some people would really rather make someone else struggle than for them to struggle. And I understand it. As a human, you don't want to feel pain, emotional pain, physical pain. We don't want to feel it. But the truth is, pain is the most lasting teacher you will ever come across. So even though we don't want to feel pain, it has a lot to do with your growth. Some of these experiences, situations that we put ourselves in due to our choices already. Because a lot of times when you go through these things, you've already made choices that have landed you there. But sometimes those choices are already painful to make, and I get it. But nonetheless, your choices also have repercussions. So a choice to be deceitful is followed up with karma. Bottom of the deck, we have the Daughter of Cups, which is the Page of Cups. So that's love, but in the most minute form. So I'm going to say, whoever this is someone who did harm to someone that they're close to. Maybe not close to on a physical plane, like buddy, best friend, call each other every day. But you knew this person. You knew them close. You knew them well enough to get close enough to be deceitful to them. And unfortunately, it's very much frowned upon by our Divine Father to do harm, especially to those you love, and in the name of love. So let's see what the storyline is here and what we can learn from this experience. What can we learn from this experience? Give me the storyline. Okay, we got the World card. Okay, we got Judgment. Let me get one more. Okay. And we got the Page of Swords. Okay. So with the World card and Judgment being here, I'm going to immediately say that this deceit was publicized in a way. Meaning you did it, and I don't know if you tried to hide it, but people know that you were being underhanded. And judgment has been called on it. So whether it's spiritual court or physical court, there's judgment on this. Your behaviors are never not seen. If you look at this card, you see how he's overseeing everybody. There's nothing being missed here. Absolutely nothing being missed. So what's done in the dark comes out to light every single time. And then we got the Page of Swords. This is communication, and it's going to come from a very unlikely source. So if you are the person who has been done wrong, you will find out about it. If you're the person who has done wrong, people know about it. But most importantly, God knows about it. You can never hide your moves from God. God always knows. So if you're operating from this position, you need to really question your reasoning. What is driving you? Because like we said, there may be pain that you've gone through. But if your pain causes you to inflict pain on other people, you gotta question it. Because that is a cycle. And that is you keeping it going. The saying says, hurt people. But what happens if you're a hurt person that stops hurting people? That pain stops trickling down. It stops rolling downhill. That's what we are expecting. That's what is for you to change the trajectory. All right, let me get 2 telepathy cards. I don't know why I was driven to this deck, because I normally don't use this deck. Soul. Your soul is preparing to reestablish trust in the process Okay. All right, so I get it. I was wondering why this deck was the one that I was drawn to, because I usually don't use this deck for this type of reading, but for the person who was done wrong, your soul is preparing you for everything to come out. Notice that it's going straight between the World card and the Judgment card. You are being prepared through these experiences and interactions on how to trust, how to be ready. And with it coming out, it's going to allow you to step into a new phase. We must always remember that nothing happens to us. Everything happens for us. So if this person was in your energy and able to be deceitful and cause a tower and wreak havoc, that is orchestrated by God and it's going to work out for you. It is a beautiful thing. We run from the pain. Like I said, the person who would make this decision is running from pain that they need to feel in order to grow. But when you don't, and you face it, and you allow it to be what it is, understanding that if it is a painful situation, God orchestrated that to grow you, you start to be able to allow yourself to move into phases with ease. Because whatever was done here that was deceitful, had that person maybe chose the opposite direction, that hardship that they were trying to run from, which caused them to do someone else wrong, could have transformed their life. It could have given them everything that they were looking for. They had an opportunity to make a different choice. And that's what we need to understand, that when you have choices that weigh out like that, it's an opportunity for you. You get to show what your soul really lives off of, what it thrives off of. Are you someone who thrives off purity? Or do you thrive off of pain, hurt, and what you can inflict on others to protect you? Let me get one more. One more, please. Emotion. Look into the depths of your emotion. And like I said, whoever this was that committed, I'm going to say a spiritual crime against someone else that they cared about, evaluate your emotions, your emotional well-being, because that's really where everything comes from. Things get real uncomfortable when you have to look at yourself from a position of your pain. You may run from emotions because you never were taught how to handle them. But just because you weren't taught something don't mean you can't learn it, right? I honestly will say one of the best things that I could have ever taught myself was how to be a woman, how to be a mother, how to step into my role properly. It wasn't something that I got naturally. It wasn't something that I was taught. It was something that I had to cherry pick from every place and space that I felt meant value in a woman, and then identify those same attributes within myself. So learning you, like I said, we are heavy on the learning you factor. If your emotions are running you, your soul can't run. So take the time. Let's clarify this. Alright, so we got a Queen of Wands in reverse. So someone who is a bully. You're a bit of a bully if you are a Queen of Wands in reverse. Overbearing and you're demanding. Pay attention to what your personal attributes say about you. We will hide behind certain things, like, oh, I'm not nosy. I just, need to make sure that I'm covered. Girl, you nosy. No, because I've been nosy at one point in my life too. Even with doing this, you can consider this nosy. But we need to recognize that who you are, be true to that. If you right now are in this energy, at least know it so you can get out of it. Because telling yourself that this ain't you, and you know that you operate like this, ain't nothing crazier than lying to yourself. Give me more. Conflict. See, whoever this was, they wanted to bring conflict. They wanted to have an issue. Why did they want conflict? Because of their own sadness, because of their ego, because of their own conceit. This person was unhappy, and you were just too happy for their liking. I've seen this a lot. Joy, I call them joy killers. And because they don't know joy, they have this proclivity to try to take it from others or damage it for others. It's a very sad cycle, because you truly can't steal someone's joy, especially when they are so solid in their joy that they don't allow it to move or shake. Give me more on this energy. More on this energy, on this storyline, please, y'all. Okay, this is netting you karma. So you're going to get karma for this. Accept your karma. If you make a choice to get out of one situation, you rob Peter to pay Paul. Guess what? You may owe Peter and Paul. If Peter didn't have enough money to pay Paul fully. The consequences of our actions. One thing I've always pushed is God does not punish us. He don't punish us. Our Father is a loving Father. You will not be punished by God. A lot of times, when you are seeing issues that come up after you've done something, it's karma. You owe a debt to the universe, to the world, because of your decisions. That's why it feels like punishment. But it's not God. One more, please. Can I get one more? Do you want that one? No. There we go. And this will be another opportunity for you to put your burdens down. This will be an opportunity for you to put it down, to accept your karma, and to move. To let it go. It gives you a chance to awaken spiritually, so you can step back into the world without the weight of the baggage. Alright, I'm going to keep this kind of short. Alright, give me advice here. Advice, please. That was a very weird flip. Give me advice. We got two, so we got get help. So, on this energy, like I said, I'm getting energy for both. For you who have been done wrong, you are getting help and correction. God won't let anything sit that's not supposed to sit. And for you who have done the wrongdoing, find help in understanding yourself, understanding why you operate from that. Sit with that energy. It's not to shame you. It's not to make you feel bad about your choices. But it is to understand why you make them so you can stop making them. Headstrong. This one says, maybe it's time to get out of your own way. Nobody knows everything. And there will be times when you will just have to accept that. Yeah. We make choices to get out of situations and we don't think about it. We don't think it through sometimes. I call it young-minded syndrome. Heavenly Father, do you have any final words for us? Any final words? Okay. First card out was release. So let it go. Both of you let it go. The person who was done wrong, let it go because God did this for you. He did it to pull you out of a situation, to help move you into position. We've seen, where was it? The soul card. Your soul is preparing to reestablish trust in this process. So Don't hold on to it. Release it. Let go. And for you who have done the betrayal, the backstabbing, let go of what you've done. Don't feel guilty. Don't wallow in it. But let go. Accept that there will be karma after this. Move forward and make different choices. The next card is connect. You're being asked to connect with others in meaningful ways. Sometimes it's helpful to get a new perspective and to simply be around other people you're in need of right now. And deep connections will benefit you in many ways. So you, viewer, the one who's done wrong, you're being called to speak, to allow yourself to dive into your depths and connect with others. With this message right here is a message of forgiveness. Forgiveness does not mean that you okay the behaviors that somebody else took or the way that they operated. What it means is you are not willing to carry the baggage of the pain of it. What has happened has happened. Move forward, release it. But use that as fuel to connect with others, because someone else may need your balanced emotions to get them through their own trials. You'd be surprised how when you go through something, you are ultimately assisting someone else through that same situation without even knowing it. Okay, I'm going to leave this right here. Feel free to reach out to me. I am actually about to open up readings and put out offers on this channel. So feel free to jump at the opportunity. I'd love to get to know my viewers better. But get ready, because like I said, your soul is in preparation. Trust the process and allow this to be what brings you to your next level. Love and light, y'all, and peace.